If you want breads and pastries that are so fresh that they're still warm, we've got a place. Come to Liv Breads here in Millburn. I'm so excited to be visiting this artisan and local bakery. I'm joined by Yaniv, one of the co-owners.
Correct.
Yaniv, tell me, why do you believe that it's so important that every little town have a beautiful bakery?
Bakery is dependent, its success is dependent on community. Bakery is center for a community. People come hang out, eat delicious food, but socialize. And the type of bread and type of pastries and sandwiches that we make are both delicious, but also kind of a centerpiece for having, a conversation.
Tell me a little bit about the food and drink offerings.
This bakery started off as an artisan bread bakery, so we wanted to make a very particular style of bread. But then it evolved to also include pastries, croissants and danishes and puff pastry. And then we added cakes to it and babkas, and finally we wanted to also provide a ready-to-eat food, and then we had sandwiches and salads, and the uniqueness of the sandwiches is they're based on our breads that are baked the same day, are fresh, they are only kept for one day, so they're extraordinary in that sense. So we have now the entire variety of both ready-to-eat foods as well as take-home breads and cakes.
And it's kosher as well.
Correct. Our bakery is kosher certified. The initial thinking was we didn't want to have meat sold in our bakery, more from social responsibility and ecological reasons. But that very quickly lended itself to being kosher. It's much easier to become kosher certified when there's no meat on premises. And so we went that route of both having no meat and certifying it kosher.
So Bary, you are not only a co-founder, but the head baker. Can you tell me a little bit about the techniques and the breads that you cook here?
Yes, actually, we are doing bread like it's supposed to be. I mean, the traditional way. Through the years, bread become like industrial product. But I think now people realize that you should eat better. You should treat your body like it's supposed to be, like in a healthier way. And this is what we do with our bread. I mean, we are using sourdough, which is natural, wild yeast, no commercial yeast. It affects how your body reacts for this. Okay, we use very good flour. We don't use any chemicals in our products, and we believe in the good ingredients, only the best ingredients. I mean, for me, I like to keep the technique very simple. Once you have very good ingredients, you don't need to, to do manipulation. So for me, this is the right way, the traditional way to make bread. All our bread are overnight fermentation, which give the richest taste and flavors and aroma. And I think here in America, in Jersey, in the suburb, it doesn't exist. I'm coming from Israel, and in Israel you can find, also in Europe, some countries you can find a good sourdough bread without any yeast, 100% sourdough based. And here you can find a bread in a bag in the supermarket. And if you ever read the ingredients, you start crying. I mean, I think now also people start to recognize their body's needs, and in our bread you can find only flour, water, and salt.
So it's simple and less processed.
Simple, it's not, but it's less ingredients, but I mean, it should be overnight fermentation. You should take care of the sourdough very carefully. There is like 100 reasons for why the bread shouldn't succeed. I mean, so for that you need a lot of experience and you need to take care of your product.
Yaniv, there's no overnight baker here. Are you baking throughout the day?
Yes, so one thing that was very important for us is the freshness of the product. Unlike supermarket bread that is usually baked the night before and then sold at least 12 hours after it was baked, we wanted to have the bread baked within the same date-like period as it's sold. So for that purpose, the baking begins at about 5 in the morning, and the first loaves are out of the oven by 6 or 6:30, depending on kind of the flow of the day, and they're baked multiple times throughout the day. Other products, the products that come out of the rack oven, the croissants and the danishes, those are also baked throughout the morning. So it ensures that the freshness and that any product that is consumed here is baked within a couple of hours of being produced.
Wow, so the customers can really get things fresh, warm out of the oven.
Yes, and part of it is also the experience of seeing our bakers work and take it out of the oven. And some people know how to time coming here when the focaccias are ready or when the pretzels are ready, and we really got into the flow of things.
So what happens to unsold products, and how do you support the community?
Right, so most of our products we are only sold the same day. There are very few products that are purposely sold the day after. So whatever products are sold only the day that they are produced, they are donated at the end of the day. We work with several food pantries in the area that pick up bread from us and other products. There is essentially nothing that's thrown away. We try to give away everything that's left at the end of the day. We've been fortunate enough that most of what we produce is sold, and the rest is donated.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. I encourage you to come to Liv Breads here in Millburn. You can't smell it, but it smells delightful in here. The products are fresh. Everything is so good. Thank you so much for supporting local to build better communities. Please subscribe and like if you like this video at buylocalnj.com. Thank you so much, Yaniv.
Thank you very much.